Hello there, welcome back to my channel once again. The word Ayurveda literally means knowledge of life. Ayur-Veda. Some people may say this is the science of life. Okay, fair enough. But is it really so? Let us read the text and see, shall we? In fact, the texts have very detailed description about the science of death. I bet you're confused. I meant S-I-G-N-S, science. So today we will look at the science of death in the book of the science of life, like VTuber always says on his videos. So without any further delay, let's start today's video. So today I'm going to concentrate on the pearls of wisdom from one Rishi, the great Caraka, who compiled the Caraka Samhita. In that he says this, science of death. Here the word inspiration in this passage means breath. If your teeth are excessively white, you are about to take your flight to the other world. Manufacturers of Colgate, please take note. Your visible white toothpaste and that one infused with charcoal or salt may just bring someone's life to a halt. If your eyes are slanted too much, then too you are about to die. Poor Chinese, little do they know. If the eyes are constantly open or constantly closed, then you are about to turn into a ghost. You are left with no choice. You can't keep it open, nor can you keep it closed. What is the other option? Keep it slanted? What about if you blink then? Alas, excessive blinking too is a sign of death. You have no choice really. If your eyes are white, black, green, yellow, blue or red, then pretty soon you're going to be dead. Now how would you know if your friend is going to die? Easy. Pull his hair from his head, and if it comes without pain, then it is bad news for him. But if he yells in pain, then it is bad news for you.
Run.
Try it and see. I dare you. If you try and crack your fingers and you don't hear that cracking sound, beware. You are now beyond repair. Do you see the sky as a solid like earth? Or do you see the earth as the sky? Then too, you are going to die very soon. If you start seeing the air in the sky suddenly, do run like a hare. Do you see ghosts and demons when you are awake? Uh-oh, bad news baby. And if you see the fire in blue, black or white color, then you are about to suffer. If you happen to see lightning when there are no cloud in the sky, your time's up for crying out loud. If you happen to see the sun or the moon like a pot covered with a black cloth, the time for your moth is very near. If you happen to see the lunar or solar eclipse when it's not actually happening, take it from the Guru. You're going to be eclipsed very soon. If you see the sun during the night or the moon during the day or smoke without fire, then it's time to light your funeral pyre. If you happen to hear sounds when there is none, or you don't hear anything when there is a sound, you are about to run aground. Bro, what have you been smoking? Me? I'm very much sober, mate. But I don't know what this Rishi was smoking when he wrote all this. Overindulgence in sex can get you to your grave before you can sign all your checks. If you dream of yourself being carried southwards by dogs, camels or asses, remember, you're about to ride the pale horse. Tonight, if you dream of drinking urine with ghosts, you should know what it denotes. For you're going to get fever and you're going to die. Of all the things that is there to drink in this life, and of all the things that you can have a drink with, imagine selecting urine and ghosts. These rishis were awesome, man. If you dream that you are wearing red clothes and wearing a red garland and you're being dragged by a woman, it is time for some internal hemorrhage to happen. Now if you dream of a spiny creeper growing on your chest, you're soon going to rest in peace. If you see in your dreams a blooming of lotus on your chest while you are bathed in ghee and offering stuff into the fire, rest assured, it's time to retire. You're going to die of leprosy. I would say this country actually died the day the lotus bloomed here. Too much flies around your body even after taking bath? Time to check your glucose levels because you have prameha, diabetes. I guess I'm too sweet for the flies to resist. There is another thing that flies really do like. Don't forget.
You know
Robin with the D-R-E.
Now you got to listen to this one. No, don't skip this. You have to. You just have to. Now if any of the following appears in your dreams, beware. Vultures, owls, dogs, crows, rakshas, ghosts, pishasha, chandala, women, Dravidians, as in people from the south, and Andhras. Now Andhras in Sanskrit could mean south or people from the south, or it could also mean somebody from the lower caste. Whatever meaning has been used here, it is highly derogatory and racist. And why would someone die if they dream of women? And look at the elite list that they have been made part of. Amongst vultures, owls, dogs, crows, rakshas, ghosts and chandala. Misogyny. I don't like it. I avoid. But Caraka likes misogyny. He can't avoid. I know of a friend who used to dream about Aishwarya Rai during sleep. I wonder in which cemetery is he lying now. Poor chap. Aishwarya Rai happens to be a woman and also from the south. May his soul rest in peace. Who would have dreamt that dreams can lead to you to go into a final sleep very soon? Now regarding a friend whose hair you pulled out without him feeling any pain, please tell him that he would live no more than 6 days. How wise were our sages to have calculated all this with such accuracy. And if your hair is oily without you applying any oil, don't think it's a buildup of sebum. You're about to be confined to an album. And that's not all. The signs are plenty in this book. Makes me wonder if this really is a book on the science of life or science of death. Now do you realize why I chose that title for the video? The physician is advised to note all these symptoms very carefully and then treat accordingly. The wise old sage also says that people with epilepsy, leprosy, diabetes, etc. who suffer from loss of strength should be discarded. I repeat, discarded by the physician. And here we have our dear old Baba Ramdev claiming he can cure all those diseases. What a mockery of the ancient wisdom of the sages by a modern day sage. Ghor Apman. I mean, what book on the knowledge of life would ask a physician to discard one's patient? I just don't get it. Please come in and tell me if it makes sense to you. If you offer food to the crows and they don't come and eat it, then rest assured, someone in your family is going to offer it to your soul in the very next year. If you don't see a damn star situated in the Great Bear constellation, you're going to kick the bucket before the year is over. Damn, this is December and I can't see any stars in my sky due to light pollution. I am doomed, guys. I am doomed. And hey, you've got to check this one out. If your semen, urine or stool sinks in the water, that's it, guys. You are about to sink into oblivion very soon. So the next time you pass any one of these, please pay attention. They sink, you're on the brink. So please think. Now a wise physician can know that his patient is going to die just by looking at the messenger who comes to tell him the news of the disease. Imagine the power of this ancient wisdom. You can deduce whether a patient would live or die by just looking at the signs that the messenger presents to you. Sherlock Holmes, go jump into the rake and back falls. You cannot beat our rishis and munis in the game of deduction. Just look at this. If that messenger is untidy, naked or crying, the physician should make the prediction that the patient is about to die. If he comes while you are snoring away or cutting or breaking something, there is no point going to the patient's house. The messenger's master won't survive. Why waste your time and your beauty sleep? Just let them die. Your sleep is more important. If the messenger comes in a cart driven by a camel or an ass, then it is a clear indicator that his master is not going to last. If the messenger is anxious, frightened or hurried, then it is an indicator that his master is about to die. I mean, if you are a good servant and you see that your master is seriously ill, of course you would be anxious and hurried, wouldn't you? But the Vaidya should read this as a sign as the impending death of the master. How cool is that? Now the messenger does not display any of the mentioned characteristics and you decide to go with him to treat the patient. the Vaidya should pay close attention to the signs that he sees on the way. Sneezing, crying, falling, angry expressions, seeing someone who has lost somebody to death, crossing of the road by a cat, dog or snake, fallen secretary or pitcher of water, the sight of a cot, chair or vehicle stretched out are all bad omens. The wise sages tell the Vaidyas not to proceed to the patient's home if they see or hear any of these things. Incredible, isn't it? Pearls of wisdom from the science of life. Now, if the physician arrives at the patient's home somehow, there are more things that he should observe. And you thought it was all over, huh? Observation, my friends, is the hallmark of a good physician. So I guess Ayurveda is a lot more than just giving medicines to cure diseases. It's a science of science too. I think you must have had enough for today. I have had enough, to be honest with you. Can you imagine poor me sitting and reading all these and still keeping my sanity intact? Or better still, can you imagine poor students ratifying all this to pass their BAMS exams? Can you imagine the sense of those people who hold Ayurveda in high regards and say that the texts contain a lot of ancient wisdom? Those people have never seen or read an Ayurveda text to know what nonsense is written in them. You tell me if this is the science of life or the science of death. So the next time someone says that Ayurveda is great or starts a sentence saying, according to Ayurveda, show them this video. Let them know the actual ancient wisdom of the sages. So what do you think of the various things written in the ancient books of Ayurveda? Do you want me to bring you more pearls of wisdom, or should I stop this series? Trust me, it's so boring and disgusting reading all this. The problem is, there are plenty more where these came from. So I will leave it to your decision. If you think you have learned enough to understand that there is a lot of rubbish written in these books, let me know and I will gladly stop. I will take a leave for today and we'll be back with another interesting episode real soon. Until then, it's bye-bye from Pale Blue Thoughts.